Hi guys, Andreas from Danmoto here again. Today I want to show you how we install our slip-on exhausts on the BMW F700, 800 and some of the 650 models. It's the same installation process. Just look at the year models. There's slight differences over the years, but it's basically always the same. Installation is always the same. So if your part is listed for your bike, then you're good to go. It's just a slip-on exhaust, so it's rather simple. We just replace that piece here. And the very first thing we do is we take off these two springs here. Just use a hook. You go into this and just pull them off. That's the first one. Put the spring aside, we still need it. Same on top, you go in with a hook. And you pull, the spring comes out. You put the spring aside. So that was really simple. And then there's actually just one bolt holding the exhaust, and that's the one here. So you should have a look, that's the Torx. So you need to have the right tool for this. It's not a normal Allen key. You go in. You just take out the bolt. Okay, we do not use this bolt again. With our exhaust you get a new bolt, but we'll use this washer, the one which was outside here. So keep the washer, put away the bolt, you don't need the bolt anymore. So what we can do now is we can actually take the exhaust off already. Just hold it and you rotate it a bit, slip it backwards in. That's it. I just put it aside for a moment. And now we're actually ready already to install our exhaust. The slip-on exhaust consists of a few pieces. That's the muffler. There's several different muffler versions. I'll install right now the Carbon GP, but we also have others. You just have a look at our website, you can see all the different models. The installation process is always the same, just the muffler looks different. And with the muffler you still get a mid-pipe. And then there's then always some hardware. There's a new bolt for the mounting bracket, springs to hold the muffler on the mid-pipe, and then a muffler mounting strap. The strap can look a bit different. This is model specific depending on the muffler you choose. So very first thing we do is you take the mid-pipe and you slide it here on the header. It's a really tight fit. Our one is a bit tighter than the original BMW one. So you need to really apply a slight bit force to get it on. And you slide it on here. It helps if you have problems sliding it on. It helps if you apply a bit of oil or grease to the pipe so you can move it easier. So at this point now, you take the muffler. And it's a bit too high at the moment. I need to rotate the pipe a bit. So, and you slide the muffler on the mid pipe. Okay. So now we need to position this a bit. I position it basically just by rotating the mid-pipe on the header pipe. So I just take it until the position looks good. You want to make sure that the distance between the muffler and the mounting hole is correct. So I just check this with the bracket on. Now it's a bit too high still, so I rotate it slightly down. Have a look, and yes, now it's matched up perfectly. So the height of the mid-pipe is already okay. Now I rotate the muffler on the mid-pipe a bit to make sure the muffler outlet lines up. So also looking good. Now we can actually already install the original springs again. Here on the bottom we use the springs which come with the original exhaust, so we just reuse them. Put them in, take your hook, and then you pull them up. Installation is always a bit more difficult than taking them off. First one, Now the one on the bottom, take it, pull it. Okay. So now we can install the muffler mounting bracket. So first of all, there's a little protective plastic film on here. You should take that off. People ask me about, oh, why is this white? It's not white, you should take the film off. Because this bracket has a brushed surface to it which is easy to scratch. So we stick a foil on it. So that's this. Now you have to fit the rubber liner. So there's a little lip here. You basically just put the strap here into this liner, into the lip of the liner. There's also a trick to it. If you have problems fitting it, or let's better say if it slips off again, you can apply a bit glue on the rubber, and then it will stay in place during installation, so it might be a bit easier. Okay, so make sure everything lines up, also that the holes in the rubber line up with the holes in the mounting strap. And what we have to do now is we have to wrap this around the muffler, and we start here with the inside. So we put it in position here, and I'll put the bolt through. I don't want to have it flipping around, so it's easier to get the bolt in. And this is already held in place here, so I hold it now, and then I just take the whole strap, bend it around the muffler, make sure it's tight, and I can take the bolt back out. Go all the way now. And now you'll see there's still a little gap here. Like by hand you can't really close it completely. That's normal because by hand you don't have enough force on it to compress the rubber. So it will compress down completely when you put the bolt in. So at this point, let's see if it will open again a bit. I'll take the bolt, I'll take the washer, this is the original BMW washer. Put the bolt and washer through both ends of the mounting strap, and I need to get an Allen key, short moment. Okay, so I just grabbed myself an Allen key, I just forgot to have one. So I take the bolt and the original BMW washer, put it through both ends here, then take my Allen key and I just tighten the bolt. Just look a bit that everything is lined up correctly when you tighten it, otherwise it might just shift in place a bit. So it's really straightforward. Okay. And if you come around with the camera, once you can also see now that this is really closed completely. There's no gap anymore between the two ends. It's because like when you tighten the bolt, there's enough force in the bracket that it actually compresses the rubber. If you just hold it by hand, you won't be able to close it that much. So you always have a slight gaps there on the end. So I'll make the bolt really tight now. If you want, you can apply a bit Loctite to this bolt, but actually it doesn't vibrate too much, so it's normally not necessary. So now we have to just install the springs. These springs come with our exhaust set. You take them, pull, and on. Here also take them, pull, and exhaust is installed. There's one little detail left to do. I'll take now, I get some pliers and I'll close these hooks here a slight bit to make sure they can't vibrate off. Okay, I just grabbed some pliers, and what I do now is I go here and I'll close the hooks on the end of the springs just a bit, just like this. so not completely open again. This prevents them from coming loose. If you don't do this, they might just vibrate off while you're riding the bike, so you really want to do that on all ends, all four. So just take your pliers and close them a bit. And we're done. So the exhaust is installed. Was fairly simple today. We'll go now outside and do a little sound check.